those people who watch television and listen to radio and go to the internet, who protects the rights? We have any rights anyway. And we are privileged this morning to have Patricia Muchiri, Assistant Director of Consumer Affairs of the Communication Commission of Kenya, and also my good friend Mutua, who is now the Director of Information and Public Communications in the government of Kenya, and not Dr. Alfred Mutua.
No,
they are different people.
That's a government spokesman. Thank you very much.
Okay. Now, Patricia, if I can call you that. The question is, with one part, communication is vast communication. And previously, we used to hear complaints from many politicians. I remember sometimes when I was a young man, television programs being banned because the government thought that that cannot be shown. Or now these days there is a lot of complaints about what is being said in FM stations, or what program are you showing at what time, nude pictures or people making love and the children are having breakfast or having supper. Who protects the consumer?
Thank you very much, Motegi. I'd like to say that I'm delighted to have this opportunity to elaborate on consumer issues, and specifically more the media consumer in Kenya. And I'll confine my responses, of course, to the framework by which the Communications Commission of Kenya operates as a regulator. Now, that's a very interesting question. You've asked who protects the consumer. In my view, from a general point of view, society is responsible for protecting the consumer. I think we all have a moral obligation as parents, as guardians, as government agencies to protect the consumer. But closer home, the law, various statutes under our constitution provide for the protection of the consumer, rights to access to services of communication, rights to redress mechanisms, rights to...
I think initially so much misunderstanding. Why the law was brought to Parliament. There was the misconception that it was going to be punitive, that KPK was supposed to be within infrastructure or issues, or that the issue of regulation of content would be the media council. In case there was the argument that it was going to be a duplication of effort, because the media council was supposed to regulate the professional conduct of the media and journalists. But be that as it may, the issue that Patricia is bringing is also very logical, in the sense that we have now collapsed the regulation of the broadcasting content, because the regulation of the newspaper is different from the TV. Even the access sectors of the media is quite different. So the misunderstanding was not informed by facts. It was based on the historical issues that the media has always had with the government. But allow me to say, Mr. Mutegi, that also the need to protect the consumer has not been taken quite seriously. And that's why the government was coming up with that. It is the duty of the government to protect Mwananchi and to regulate the products that are given to Mwananchi. It has through the media council. What we need in this country is some synergy between the government and the private sector, or the government and the media, in dealing with the issues that relate to the dissemination of
rights to have content that is palatable to all consumers, because we know that you can divide the consumer into various groups. We have children, we have parents, we have older people. So, and the consumer themselves also has a responsibility. They have to seek information on how best they can protect themselves. And of course, where that's violated, they may seek redress even within our courts. That's my view.
There was this bill that, the ICT bill that was brought to Parliament. It was passed. It was very contentious. and the president said, go and look at it. And
it was actually not the ICT bill, the Kenya Communication Bill.
Yeah, exactly. Where are we in that one now? And what was it intended to do as far as the consumer is concerned?
Okay, the KC Amendment Act 2009,
Yes.
basically what it did was widen the scope of regulated goods and services, if you like, to bring them under one converged regulator, that is Communication Commission of Kenya. Now previously, of course, CCK was established under the KC 1998 Act, whereby the mandate was to regulate license, radio communication, postal courier services, and telecommunications. Now with the new Amendment Act that came into force in January, broadcasting, content, e-transactions, multimedia services now are provided for under the framework of this law. So bringing that closer home in terms of where the consumer stands or within that new framework law, the law does provide for the development of a programming code, and that code will be developed, of course, alongside other stakeholders, parents, guardians, on their televisions, what time you want to see it, what you do not want to see, and of course, CCK will be driving that consultation. So the new framework law does provide for the consumer of media services in a very big way.
Ezekiel, why